Welcome to KayFabe Wrestling Talk. This is where we come to hear on wrestling shit we talked about. Handsome Nick Hanlon here, coming to you from a basement in Oak Avenue in my studio called the Dirty Glass Studio. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're talking about Monday Night Raw. Yes, the music got me distracted. We're not talking Monday Night Raw. We're talking about Friday Night SmackDown, May 29th in Barcelona. The SmackDown before Clash in Italy, big PLE, right after Saturday Night Live's main event. Saturday night's main event last week. A lot of wrestling. What's a PLE? What's not a PLE? I can't really complain about more wrestling, though, I guess. So let's go. SmackDown from Barcelona. Right? Make sure you like and subscribe. This is where you come to hear wrestling should be talked about. Again, handsome Nick Hanlon, KayFabe Wrestling Talk. If you think I'm wrong, you're wrong. Just keep that in mind. SmackDown from Barcelona. It starts out with there's a storm. Jade Cargill and her cronies. You know, she comes down to the ring, getting out of the building. You know, obviously the crowd's just mad because Jade's perfect and they all suck and they don't get what they want. And Jade enters huge pop, essentially. So desperate, she never puts it. And here comes desperate that she teams up with people that don't even like her. Alexia tells Jade she's fought and beaten better than her. So don't make her embarrass her tonight. Well, what happens? We get a match. And this is what I like. I like it when these things, matches, which has been happening more and more lately, match as match heavy as I'd like. Raw and SmackDown has been match heavy the last few weeks. For Alexa and done. You know, she tries to hit that cartwheel finisher, and when Jade, because I think outside of the ring, you know, Rhea and Charlotte ended up and Michin, you know, back, blah blah blah. So they're just there by themselves. This, you kind of eating your words here. Kind of embarrass you. It wasn't really that competitive. I mean, you did a great showing, but I don't know. It was a fair win. It was a clean win. She might have got a couple little shots after the bell because she was alone, but it was a pretty clean win. So, you know, Sammy is telling Mr. Aldis that he just left Cody to get choked out to teach him a lesson of friendship, of loyalty, a lesson that Cody clearly has not learned, I'm assuming, from Sammy. But Sammy says he's trying to teach him a lesson. And we find out as well, Danhausen's experiment gets stuck at customs. So now Danhausen has to just like steal stuff around the arena and build a new machine and build a new human. Which leads into Miz versus Axiom. Not Fraxian, just the one mask guy from Fraxian, which is Axiom. And he's from Spain, Barcelonian, home country. Great match. Axiom got to be the best guy on wrestling. Like, the guy's so clean, never makes a mistake. And he puts on the match. You know, Miz does get the upper hand at one point, but the power flickers, Danhausen. And Axiom gets the win. But what a great showing for Axiom. You know, Miz was about to win, but, you know, Axiom hits that Spanish fly. A golden ratio kick, gets the win in his hometown. Miz got screwed over again. But you got to watch who you talk to. Just because the guy looks like a fool doesn't mean you should diss him. And now you're cursed. And that curse probably will last forever. And it's going to destroy your whole life until you are bleeding on the floor. So unfortunately, you got cursed by the most powerful person in wrestling. Very nice, very evil, Danhausen, getting paid human money to all. And he cursed you, and you're cursed. When a curse happens. And unfortunately, you got cursed because you were being a jerk to him, and he cursed you. I like you, Miz, but you got cursed. You've been cursed. You're cursed. Cursed. R-Truth basically tricks Damian Priest and Royce Keys to tag together against the MFTs because they don't like each other, but R-Truth is not cleared medically to win. The MFTs actually end up winning this match, which I really liked. And to be honest, it was kind of a shitty match and not that mentionable and really has no bearing on any storyline that's happening, I feel like. They're just trying to get Royce into matches. I don't know why they have to. I mean, team him with a guy who's already got a tag team partner. So I don't know. Maybe put them against each other, Damian Priest and. But I don't really understand why this match happened. Anyway, for Solo interfered, R-Truth comes didn't work. Mr. Keys ends up. Damian Priest gets pinned by completely. He's definitely getting a good push here, growing another human already. Nice. So very, very evil. Very, very entertaining. Earlier in the show, Matt Cardona kind of gives Sami Zayn crap, like because he's talking to Mr. Wrestling, and he's basically saying you're talking to a corpse. And Sami says Mr. Wrestling is the only one that understands me, although he just lay there and says nothing. And Sami doesn't like the way Mr. Cardona's talking to him, so we got Matt Cardona versus Sami Zayn, and I'll tell you what, Matt Cardona loses, but this match was all Cardona. This is his best match since returning to WWE. I hope they give him some more matches so that people can actually see that this guy can go. Great timing, they did some great chain wrestling, reversal kind of stuff. Power bomb by Cardona. It looked like it knocked Sami Zayn down. Cardona, unbelievable match. He does lose. He gets a haluva kick match, but wow, what a great match. I enjoyed it immensely. He's really put on a good match, and that's all we want to see here, Mr. Cardona. But I guess you got to get the opportunity. So good showing by Cardona. Sami Zayn gets another win. So Sami Zayn is kind of gaining momentum right now with his new attitude as the last good guy. It's going to lead to things for Sami that he's finally himself. He's finally himself, and I love it. We got Trick Williams, huge pop. Lil Yachty, the man with the money, the actions, the man that makes things happen. And he's happy to be in Barcelona to be part of Trick Williams' campaign. Lil Yachty's awesome. I love him as a manager. He's doing a great job. Trick Williams has decided to enter the King of the Ring. Hello comes out. He says, "You might be king on the mic, you might be king on the entrances, but you're no king of the ring." He says, "Listen, I'm going to fight Ricky Saints tonight. After I do that and beat him up for getting involved in my business, we're going to have a U.S. title match." Ricky Saints comes down, says he's better than everybody, and does his Ricky Saints thing. Trick Williams Trick slaps him so good, just takes him right to the ground. And this is my first time seeing Ricky Saints in a match. It sounds like this match is actually for the number one contender for the U.S. title. Once you short kings figure out who's the best, you call me. Saints doing a shooting star suplex into a pin with a bridge. Awesome. Great competitive match. These two young guys are clearly our future. I mean, they can go. Ended up being a double count out because they just kept fighting each other to the outside of the ring. Not a long match. Not a terrible match, but not a long match. Carmelo does get the first 48, but there is no number one contender. I want to see more of these guys in a match that actually ends with a pin instead of damn those are out again. I want to see a normal match. I want to see a match where nobody gets counted out. Let's have a hardcore match. No count out match. Something. We need a match where there's a winner. Anyway, it was a good match. Good to see these two guys wrestling. And then we get Chelsea Green versus Nia Jax. At one point Chelsea does hit Cardona's leg drop move. I forget what it's called. It's too early. I'm already drinking coffee. And Chelsea Green was looking good against Nia Jax. She did want Tiffy to come down with her earlier because they had what she thought was a friendship connection. Tiffy time kind of brushes her off. Poor Chelsea Green almost cries in that moment. She was very sad. She was very sad. I wanted to hold her closely and tightly. She looked so sad. I could help. Anyway, that was perverted. But yeah, Chelsea Green, very talented wrestler. She's really taking it to Nia. But then Nia gets the upper hand at one point. And here comes her friend Tiffy time. Nia with the belt. Well, she's at the top of the turnbuckle. Major heel move. Chelsea Green gets the biggest win of her career. Nia Jax, so happy for her. Chelsea Green's been like comedy for a while. She's in the wheelchair, the Hervis, all this stuff. Let's get her doing some solo matches, and yeah, it's cool. Get her with an active wrestler. But I think Chelsea Green's one of those talented women on the roster. We just don't get to see her, and it's nice we are getting a chance, and maybe we will get more chances because man, she can go. This woman can go. Her suicide dives, she's hitting not flapjacks, but she's hitting like neck breakers, and she's holding her own against Nia Jax, who's a powerhouse, who's double her size. Go get it, Chelsea. So now we got Cody Rhodes, Cody, Gunther, because they're fighting in Italy. Gunther says it's all nepotism. He had to earn nothing. Everything's just one phone call. Cody's just an entitled brat. And Gunther says he's been sent to protect the sacred. Cody says you're a liar. You say you don't want the attention that this belt brings. You don't want the responsibility, the showings, the cameras. And he says he's a liar because he knows he wants it. Having that championship is addictive. And Gunther, you're just as sick as me, Cody says. And that's true. Find out something very important. He's just not that good. So this was a cutting promo, physicality, because earlier Mr. Pierce said, please keep it civil. So they both kept it civil, just verbal bashing by both. Kind of Cody won on this one on the verbal side, and he usually does because he's very good on the mic. That being said, we got Italy, we got Cody, we got Gunther, two of the best at their game. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm excited. KayFabe Wrestling Talk. This is where you come to hear where wrestling should be talked about. Make sure you like and subscribe here. Keep an eye open for my next episode, which I assume will be pretty much dropping around the same time as this one because they're so close together. SmackDown, and then we're going into Clash in Italy. We got the Oba Femi. We got the Cody versus Gunther. We got a good card there. Let's go! Like and subscribe. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Who will win that championship this weekend? Like and subscribe. KayFabe Wrestling Talk. Handsome Nick Hanlon. This is where you come to hear how wrestling should be talked about. Bye!